See, these are the good things that Trump did. He has integrity. So that's why Trump, even though he's extreme, and a lot of people are backing away from the MAGA movement or they expect more of them. I don't know all the details of his policies. I'm in Canada, and in Canada, we have something similar to this farm thing that you're going to hear him talk about.
North Carolina, Iowa had to adopt the same system, had to cave into Smithfield.
They bought everything, this company, Smithfield. Then they lowered the price. So all the small farmers were either go out of business or join, basically. And things like this are probably going on in Canada. I mean, I know the fact with the Chinese buying land here. For now, I only saw the research with Buddhism, but I'm sure there's something going on even with the food industry. And now that I say it, the algorithms are going to bring me to it. So it's not only me telling you things that seem impossible because they're specified for me to look like a horror story. If they didn't look crazy, the things I accuse the Canadian, or in my case, Montreal government of doing to me, is because that's why it looks crazy, because they already put on my file that I'm crazy. So even no matter what proof I get, and they do things that seem impossible, because if you'd see on camera police smacking me out every day, obviously people would believe me more. They're not smacking me out because they don't want to, because they would look more guilty. And they would risk, unless they snipe me from a distance. I don't care if they have guns or tasers. If they would hurt me, they know damn well I'd defend myself. And this is the reason why they're killing me in a cowardly way. So JFK, somebody in his family got shot, or twice the Kennedys got shot in government. Why do you think they got shot? It had to do with AIPAC. And now why isn't Anthony Housewater helping me? Who knows? Because it always has to do with AIPAC controlling part of the world. It's not really a religious national thing, but it's always with seeing crime. When governments say, yeah, we did the crime in the past with the schools, the residential schools with the indigenous people, the people that own this country, if you want to speak ownership. But the country and the world belongs to everyone equally. This is where you can't buy land in a government spiritual system. In a spiritual government, which is going to be ruling the world starting 10 years from now, starting even 5 years from now, I won't see it. And that's why I'm sort of trying to hold on and pleading a little bit, saying I would take a compromise. I'll take down my channel. I try, because I want to see that kind of planet, because I'm in this avatar. So but my spiritual side doesn't care what happens to me. My physical side, yeah, my avatar doesn't want to suffer. And, now I'm showing you little things. Let's see.
They ended up taking control of 80% of the hog production in our country. Then they sold themselves to China. China owns all that hog production in America.
I remember the accent Trump had when he used to go, because it came from China. He's funny. And Trump, like I said, I don't agree with all, especially since he got into power. He's done maybe, from what I could see, 60% bad stuff and 40% good. But I'm not going to put a percentage on it. And I like I said, I don't agree with any side, just like with Gaza. It's wrong what the Hamas did, and it's wrong what the IDF did. So if you're Jewish and you're really spiritual, not just brainwashed Zionist, and I don't hate them, but I disagree with brainwashed Zionists. That's all. And I'm part Jewish, and who knows if I am. I don't have a genetic test. I know they're hurting me with my genetics since I was at the hospital, because I never had attacks like that on my food and touching my mail and being sick until I was swabbed by force at the hospital, just like they do other things by force to me now, right? Like they detain me and that's it. So when they swabbed me, after that, I managed to become crazy with all these, you know what I mean, touching food or drinking water that makes me ill. So this is the criminality. The world has come to be so monstrous. You could actually see the crime.
Controls our landscapes, and that's the end of Thomas Jefferson's vision of an American democracy rooted in tens of thousands of independent freeholds, each one owned by family farmers.
And that's what Paulier believes in, according to what he said at the...
That's why all of this
If you see Paulier's interview with Jasmine Lane, just look up. Jasmine Lane interviews Paulier recently in the last week or so, even less. So I just report truth. And there are a few other reporters of truth in Canada, but they will not tell you how corrupt the MK Ultra program has been there. It has never gone away. And it's been modified for specific people like me to become a horror story. What I'm living is MK Ultra. I saw it in the face of that officer just on the 24th. Obviously, he knew whatever he would say, I would read him like a book, even though I couldn't read his fear because he was trained for that. They only sent officers that are hardened criminals, or I don't want to say criminals. For them, they don't see it as criminals doing crime, but trained to be indifferent to psych. It's almost like Jabba the Hutt wasn't influenced by, that's the only officers they're going to put near me right now because they know I could read people like a book and even compulse them to say the truth. Like that undercover person in front of 67 Codenes, she goes to me, well, I used to work for the Montreal Secret Police. I go, duh. I go, thanks for admitting it, but I already knew. I told them something like that. Because this is the thing is when you're connected to the universe, that's why I know police, you will be punished. Just like imagine the same technique you used to just rough me up a little bit, then you got caught killing someone in that same technique. Meaning is God multiplied what you did to me and made you get it back. So imagine when you're poisoning my water and my juice now. What's going to happen to you and your family? Who knows? I'm not wishing it again. And you could hear by my voice because I have nothing to hide. All I could tell you is that I wish you would stop because I don't like knowing what's going to happen soon. I would like to know that there was a bit of modality, a bit of toning down your corruption towards me. But the more I make videos like this, the more it motivates you to further punish me.
Natural agriculture not only gives us substandard food, but they're also taking control of our landscapes, and that is a huge threat to American democracy.
And
I hope you guys.
yeah, and that's why they might kill even you, my dear JFK. I just wish he's safe because any good person, he's beyond Trump, but Trump is not even 5% as honest as he is. But Trump was smart enough to put him there because Trump, in some ways, I think he wants to make the world better. In a perverted, extreme rightist view, but he still is better than Biden or Kamala. Trust me. We may not like some of his decisions. I don't like what he's shitting on Canada. And the fact that Canada deserves it does not give me pleasure knowing that it's the karma. If only the Montreal police was either they're intelligent or they're so, their idea of torturing me that is not even going to make them be curious to see if the finances of corrupt Canada even gets better if they just don't torture me or poison my food for a month or two. Let's just say 2 months. You would see some kind of change even with Trump. I guarantee it. Well, I can't guarantee it legally, but I could say my intuition is like 90% there would be better things in Canada. But for you, the pleasure of torturing me to death is going to be so much better. It's short-lived, mind you. And the long term, even the hardened police officer that kept following me around near the Maxi parking, even him, he's going to start shitting his pants one day when he's going to know that what he's done to me, it's not only him, but I mean all people that agree with following and tormenting me and torturing me with the water. Whoever gives the order for the water is going to see the worst karma because you're poisoning my water and juice. Besides the people you sent to torture me, that my face is feeling sick. That officer too, the blonde young one from Station 26, something, the car, I don't know, I forgot the number, but so you are going to shit your pants literally probably in a few years because sooner or later, what you're doing to me will definitely catch up. I didn't know 3 months before it happened or 2 months. I don't know how many months before they slammed me to the floor and got me here with the warrant for a pre-crime, meaning they're psychics and they know I'll be bad. They're the monsters, but they blame me for being dangerous, maybe in the future. So imagine the police is targeting me, following me. You see them on video, torturing me secretly, and I pass a polygraph, plus blah, blah, blah. I could prove someone, and I can't even get my day in court. Them, they could even take away my freedom now with Bill 8 or Bill C8, C9. And they've done it before. And even though, my dear Anthony, you say that they won't use that law, you doubt it. Yeah, you bet you doubt it because that's what you're going to say on paper. But they have, they will, and they will continue to serve. But you see how confident I am. Just like I know you will never stop. That's the logic out of this. I also say you will not have any doubts in your mind that you will get some kind of horrible punishment for what you're doing. But it's not really punishment. From your polar way, you're going to see it as punishment. It's just God giving you what you want. Just like you want on 3D to torture me. You have the money, you have the connections, you are the system a slavery, demiurge, monster system, but it's part of 3D life. Just like animals eat each other, you as an animal are able to torture me because I'm still in a body. But maybe even that one day, maybe not in this body, but in the future lifetime, nobody on this planet will be able to touch me. If I come back, I will make sure nobody will ever be able to hurt me. And that's the kind of confidence you have to make it in the eternal world, not the temporary, stupid 3D. This is the biggest deception, that you think that you have money and you've made it temporarily. Look at all the movie stars that end up ODing on drugs. Why? And some of it, they say, is even caused by the system. So, oh yeah, should I show you some? Anyways, no, I thought I had it. I erased it because this phone doesn't have a lot of memory. But I just hope you believe me that the world has gone really, really dark. I don't know why my life has to be like this. And the people that might even think that I'm doing some kind of black magic to give a curse to Montreal. No, the only time I did something wrong was expressing that I wanted, just in the moment, out of the suffering, physical. So I say, I wish a bomb falls on Montreal. But that's normal. Like I said, if people could switch roles, you would do a lot more than temporarily say a bit in a wish state that the people that hurt you get what's coming. Just justice and truth are things that you shouldn't have to justify. But in this world, they switch it around so much in the corruption that justice and truth are something that are complex and have to be approved, when the corruption and the lies and the gaslighting is what runs Canada right now. Like, totally. Good vibes, like, subscribe, share. I don't know how long I'll be around, because they since they torture me in every way, I'm probably gonna think that soon they're gonna do something. It's not legal, or it's legal but it's not moral, and it's nothing to do with justice, just punishment. Because they could keep punishing me because they know that they have to enjoy and hold on to this, because it's not gonna last. Because just like my life is not gonna last for long, right? So they have to enjoy it while they can, because eternally, or until you learn. See, for me, I already know that you could hurt me, and I just deal with the suffering because that's the process. And I don't even live in it, or else I wouldn't be able to make these videos, right? Just like a few years ago, I was just crying and desperate on the video, not because I was mentally unstable, because what you're doing to me is a monstrosity, my dear Montreal police, that only by being in a situation psychically like me, because you can never be in a situation like me, so you can never know how it is. Oh, you could probably see the data if you've done something similar than you've done to me to others, and you know that even if their health was more resistant than mine, nobody psychologically could handle what you're doing to me. Only I could, right? You know that already, that I know the day. Because somebody would have broken by now, or have become aggressive, or become desperate. And yes, maybe there is still one possible one. I think you know what it is. If the pain becomes too much, well, I'm not going to opt for maid service. I'm going to make my own maid. I'm going to get my own maid. So good vibes, like, subscribe. Notice, police, I hope you enjoy, while you can, my suffering, because it won't last. And maybe your suffering might last even longer than what you're doing to me now.